Good morning from our garden to yours. I just wanted to show you guys how amazing bunny berries are. We have 4 cherry tomatoes by our garden gate that are in pots, but they were planted directly in rabbit manure, and I just sprinkled a little bit of garden soil on top just to make it look less poopy. So this is what they look like, and they are doing amazing. When I planted the seedlings, they were maybe this big. So here they are. That's an old cooler, flower pot, and another flower pot. They've also been getting attacked by some flea beetles and some tortoise beetles. We've had a lot in the garden, but they've really been able to survive them. They are flowering so well, and they are so tall. So tall. They're doing great. And like I said, they were planted directly in rabbit poo. This whole thing is full of rabbit manure, which is like a little bit of topsoil, which is where those weeds came from, probably. That's how amazing rabbit poo is. And you don't even need to let it sit and age. These ones were not planted in rabbit poo. They are not quite as tall. They're not cherry tomatoes though, but they're not quite as tall. They are starting to flower, not as much, so I'm actually going to put a bunch of rabbit manure around them, as well as our cucumbers, to see if it'll give them a boost and get them growing a lot more, because I think that they could be doing much better. So when you buy a bag of rabbit manure, we package ours in old feed bags turned inside out, and I use a 20-liter pail to measure it. I screen it through a wire screen that I made into a large container, and then I fill the 20-liter pails, and then each pail goes into one bag. So this is what it looks like. This one, it does have a little bit of dried straw. Honestly though, not a big problem. It's little things fall through, but it's so clean that I don't even mind touching it. I'm just gonna take a little container. I'm gonna scoop it up, and like I said, this bag is dry. I do try to keep them dry, so it's so loose right now. If it was wet, it wouldn't be quite as loose. So one little container, and I'm just gonna pour it just like that, right around. It doesn't need to sit. Like I said, it's not hot. It will not burn the plants. You can also put a couple scoops in a pail, add water, and use it as a manure tea. Plants do like that. So I may do that, because I think I'm gonna have to be hand watering this week. And I will be doing the same thing with the row of paste tomatoes that are on the other side of this cucumber trellis, which is actually an old metal bed frame. We seem to be having a lot of bugs in the garden this year. I am trying to balance the ecosystem, but our garden is pretty pretty new in the works. The first year was spent terracing the hill. And then last year it was very dry, and having a newborn, it didn't get much love. This year it's getting lots of love. But yes, I've been sticking onions between all of the plants, hoping to help deter. And just like that, that's all. One flower pot full of manure around each plant base. And we'll see if that helps them pop. I'll be laying a lot of manure down this fall.